Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's MATLAB tutorial, we will learn how to access the corner submatrices, that is extract top left, top right, bottom left and bottom right parts of a matrix. So here in this program, first we'll initialize a matrix A, that is we'll take a matrix A, and then here initializing is we will enter the elements of this matrix, that is by entering the elements in the rows which are separated by semicolon. So when you enter a semicolon, then you go to the next row, and in the first row if you enter the elements, it will be separated by spaces. So here after initializing a matrix A, then we will determine the size of the matrix. Once the size of the matrix is determined, at the next step is to extract the top left submatrix, then to extract the top right submatrix, similarly bottom left submatrix and bottom right submatrix. Then we will display all the submatrices. So here this command, it is used to extract or it is used to find the number of rows and the number of columns. So size of matrix A, we will take a variable matrix A in order to enter the matrix, then we will determine the size of the matrix. So this is the command which we'll be using to get the or to know the size of the matrix. So here m is the number of rows, n is the number of columns. Next comes the indexing with the ranges. So here 1:2, 1:2, it is nothing but rows, that is from 1 to 2, and columns from 1 to 2. First and second row, first and second column. This will be your top left 2 cross 2 block. Fine. So here for top left, you will be writing it as matrix A, open bracket, round bracket, 1:2, 1:2. So this will give you the top left of the matrix. Then comes 1:2, n minus 1:n. This 1:2 is again rows, that is first and the second row. Then n minus 1:n, that is last two columns. Okay. So this will give you the top right block. So for top right block, we'll be writing it as matrix A 1:2, n minus 1:n. So this n minus 1:n is nothing but the last two columns. This will be for the top right block. Then we have m minus 1:m, 1:2. m minus 1:m is the last two rows. Why m here? Because m is nothing but the number of rows. So this will give you the last two rows, and 1:2 will give you the first two columns. So here you will get the bottom left block. So for bottom left block, you will be writing it as matrix A, m minus opening bracket, m minus 1:m, 1:2. Next is the bottom right block. So here you need to write it as m minus 1:m, n minus 1:n. That is the last two rows and the last two column will give you the bottom right block. So you need to write it as matrix A, opening bracket, m minus 1:m, n minus 1:n. So this is how you have to index with the ranges in order to get the submatrices. Now comes the program here. So we'll first begin with the basic three commands which we'll be using in all our programs, that is the CLC, clear and the close all. CLC is to clear the command window, and clear is to remove all the variables from the workspace, and close all is to close if any figure window is open. Next comes the, here this is nothing but the comment, that is you start the comment with a percentage in the MATLAB. So here I am writing it as percentage example matrix. So this will make you easy to understand what is this code about. So next we'll take it a matrix A. This is nothing but the variable we are taking. You can take the variable of your choice. Just to make it easier, I am taking here it as matrix A. So matrix A we need to enter here. We are entering a 4 cross 4 matrix. So in the first row, you will be having the 4 elements which are separated by spaces. 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4, then semicolon, then comes the next row. Similarly, you have to enter the 4 elements, semicolon, third row, semicolon, fourth row. Okay. Now we'll display the original matrix A. This matrix A is nothing but what we have entered here. It will display the message as original matrix A, then disp matrix of A, then it will display this matrix. Next, we have to find out the size of the matrix using this command, that is square bracket m comma n square bracket complete, that is equal to size of opening round bracket matrix A closing round bracket semicolon. I have taken the variable as square bracket m comma n square bracket complete. You can take it anything of your choice here. So after that, it will give us the number of rows, that is m, and the number of columns n. Now comes the main part, that is extracting the corner submatrices. So in order to extract the top left submatrix, that is the order of 2 cross 2, here we we used to write it as a matrix of A, matrix A 1:2 comma 1:2. So what it is top left matrix. So I have taken the variable as top left sub. Okay, that is top left sub matrix. You can take any easier variable here if you feel this as difficult. So this takes the first 2 rows and the first 2 columns. So first 2 rows and first 2 columns. Next we'll go for the top right submatrix. So for the top right submatrix of order 2 cross 2, here I have taken the variable as top right sub is equal to matrix A of what? 1:2 comma n minus 1:n. So here n minus 1:n, it means the last 2 columns. This is for rows and this is for columns. Okay, so 1:2 means the first 2 rows, n minus 1:n is the last 2 columns. Next is the bottom left submatrix. So for the bottom left submatrix, we need to write it as matrix of m minus 1:m, comma 1:2. So here this means that it is the last 2 rows. Okay, m minus 1:m, the last 2 rows and the first 2 columns. Then you have bottom right submatrix. So I have taken the variable as bottom right sub matrix A of m minus 1:m, n minus 1:n. It means it gives the last 2 rows and the last 2 columns. So this is the last 2 rows, m minus 1:m, and n minus 1:n is the last 2 columns. Once we are done with this, then we'll display the results. First, we need to display the size of the matrix. So here we'll take a message as disp size of the matrix. So it will display the message as size of the matrix. Okay, what will be the size of the matrix? Then disp of this, that is this variable. So whatever the answer is this, therefore this size of matrix A, it will display here. Then display what? Top right submatrix. Okay, sorry, top left I have taken. So this one, top left submatrix of order 2 cross 2. Then it will display these elements. Okay, disp top left sub. First it will display this message, then it will display the elements. Similarly for top right, bottom left and bottom right. So now we will see the output here. So here we will get the output as original matrix A. So here first we'll get the display original matrix A, disp matrix A. So it means first it will display this message original matrix A, and it will display the message, display the matrix of 4 cross 4 which we have entered. After that it will display the message size of the matrix 4 and 4. So it has 4 rows and 4 columns. Next is it will display the top left 2 cross 2 submatrix. Top left 2 cross 2 submatrix is what? This one. 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, for top left submatrix, what we have given? We have taken it as 1:2 and 1:2. Means first 2 rows and first 2 columns. Okay, so it will display what? 1, 2, 5, 6. Here 1, 2, 5, 6. Then comes top right 2 cross 2 submatrix. This is the top right 2 cross 2 submatrix. So for that we have taken as 1:2. That is first two rows, and n minus 1:n. That is the last two columns. Okay, so it will display 3, 7, 4, 8. This is the top right 2 cross 2 submatrix. Then comes the bottom left 2 cross 2 submatrix. This is the bottom left 2 cross 2 submatrix, and for this we have written it as m minus 1:m. It means the last two rows and the first two columns, that is 1:2 is 1:2 comma 1:2. Okay, then next is bottom right submatrix, bottom right 2 cross 2 submatrix. So here it is 11, 12, 15, 16. So here what we have written, m minus 1, that is m minus 1:m, the last two rows of the matrix and the last two columns of the matrix will give you bottom right 2 cross 2 submatrix. Okay, this is how you get the output here. Now we will execute this program. So I'll copy this program. I'll copy it and I'll paste it in the editor window. You will get the program along with the comments. So here whatever green you are seeing, these are the comments. So always the comments in the MATLAB start with the percentage sign. Fine. Now we will save it and we'll run the program. So what you are getting here, you are getting original matrix A, that is the matrix which we have entered here. Then you will get the top left 2 cross 2 submatrix and top right 2 cross 2 submatrix, bottom left 2 cross 2 submatrix and bottom right 2 cross 2 submatrix. So here this was about the program for extracting the corner submatrices, and here we have successfully extracted all the corner submatrices from a matrix in the MATLAB. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more MATLAB tutorials. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Thank you.